If you watched last week's video about the single mom and all the problems she was having with her new RV, well, both the manufacturer and the dealer responded, but one of them threatened legal action. Hi, I'm Liz. What you're watching on this channel is social media in action. It's social media for good. It's through the power of this platform I have been able to help RV owners that have defective RVs that are stuck in a nightmare. In less than a year, I have been able to get 11 buybacks, numerous cash settlements, and factory repairs. It's all through the power of this platform and for you liking, subscribing, and sharing, making it the force that it is. So thank you so much for that. Today I have several updates for you. First up is Dara. She's the single mom who bought a brand new travel trailer, drove from Indiana to Montana with her 18-year-old son with plans to summer in Montana, and they've had nothing but problems with that brand new travel trailer. Never been able to, now weeks into ownership, I think they've only owned it for 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks now, they were still not able to take a hot shower because the on-demand hot water heater wasn't working. And they started to not trust the propane system because the alarm kept going off. In fact, they both ended up in the ER because of possible propane carbon monoxide poisoning. Because they had the propane shut off, of course, no heat, and not being able to cook on the stove. Now, if you missed that video, I'll put a link to that here. And I want to let you know I'm not out to get anyone in the RV industry. I'm actually out to wake them up. I want them to take care of their customers. So I'm not doing a sneak attack. The videos that I do come out on Friday. Well, the Monday before the video comes out, the CEO, the COO, the VPs, they get an email from me saying, hey, here's a heads up. I just interviewed Dara and this is what's going on. And I want to give you an opportunity to respond. So more than half, most of the companies I'd say that I deal with, they respond. So that way I can put it in the video. I can include that. Hey, I reached out to the company, they responded, they're doing everything they can to make it right. That's really, really helpful. Now, first of all, of course, I describe the problems. And then I say to Forest River, it turns out per the customer, Forest River was aware of these problems at the factory and turned it over to the dealer to make necessary repairs. Dara makes statements that are so alarming that I am concerned this will be a public relations nightmare for Forest River. Yes, I sent it to them just like that with it bolded just like that. They did not respond. Forest River made $5 billion in revenue last year. Dara's trailer cost $33,000. Now, all she wanted was a replacement trailer to get her through the summer and then her money back. Now, this video that I did last week has gone viral. It got 100,000 views in the first 24 hours and then it hit 200,000, 300,000. The video did its job, so I'm happy about that because Forest River did respond. They sent a truck with repair people from Indiana driving across country to Montana. And now, while you're watching this video at this very moment, they are working on her trailer. Now, she does want a new trailer, as you know, so hopefully they can make it right because I think if she can't get a new trailer, then obviously she wants one where she can sleep safely at night and where everything works. So if they can't do that, maybe replacing the trailer is going to be the next thing. I don't know. So I will definitely keep you updated. Now let's move on to the legal stuff. This is the response from Zoomers and it is a threat of legal action. I've purchased 2 RVs brand new and both times I had to replace the mattress. In fact, the first time I cratered that mattress in 3.5 weeks. So if you're shopping for a new RV, you're likely going to need to replace that mattress too. And of course, if you're shopping for used, you'll definitely want a new mattress. I've been sleeping on an RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding for nearly 3 years now, and I love it. In fact, since I've been sleeping on the Aurora Luxe, I now wake up pain-free. They have a wide variety of mattresses, and they come in RV sizes like king short and queen short. There's a 120-night sleep trial and free shipping right to your door. The mattresses can be kind of heavy, so you might need some help getting it in the door, but it's fun to watch it puff up. If you're interested in an RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, they're running a big Memorial Day sale, and I can get you 30% off. Just go to rvmattress.com/LizAmazing and put in the code LizAmazing. It's sent to Dara and it's copied to me, and it says it's called a cease and desist or a demand letter. Please immediately cease and desist from making any false or misleading statements about Zoomers regarding their business. Such services shall include comments regarding an alleged defective 2025 Forest River Surveyor recreational vehicle, including allegations of carbon monoxide poisoning. So I think, what happened is you saw in the video, she called Forest River and they told her that the problems she was having, they knew about when the RV left the factory, and they handed it over to Zoomers to do repairs. So if you buy a new RV and it's not working from the get-go and it's had problems that existed right when it left the factory, I think it's okay to call it defective. And if you go to the ER for suspected carbon monoxide poisoning, I think it's okay to say that too. So that was his response. I really think that all dealers should go through some kind of course on how to care about your customers, how to take care of your customers, because it's going to be pretty hard to stay in business if you have a situation where a customer has something that they bought from you that's not working, and then they talk about it. Hey, it's not working. I could have died last night because it's not working. I haven't had heat. I haven't had hot water. I think it would just make sense to, I don't know. Is it possible? Is it something about being an RV dealer that makes you not care about your customers? It just seems so short-sighted, because if you don't care about your customers, you're not going to have them. I mean, it's as simple as that. On to other updates. Alan and Lori had a Keystone nightmare. You might remember.
We've owned this unit for 588 days. It's been in the shop for 323 days.
They were so mad because their Keystone, brand new, was constantly in the shop that they ended up flying up to company headquarters in Indiana because they were just so mad. They had problem after problem after problem, and they finally got a buyback. This was buyback number 11. Now, when a company finally says, okay, we know you've been through this ordeal, we're going to buy it back, do you think that your problems are over? Because in Ellen and Lori's case, it wasn't. They lowballed them so low. I mean, it was like pennies on the dollar low. And it took going back and forth, I want to say 4 or 5 weeks. So you think your ordeal's over when the company says, all right, we'll refund your money, we'll buy it back. But I've heard this story over and over again. The ordeal wasn't over. They really had to push back and forth, but finally Keystone made them happy. So that is good news. And I have another update, and that is with Bobby and Gayla. So you probably remember them. It goes back a little bit further.
I'm done with it. That great RVing experience that everyone talks about didn't happen with us, not since we owned the Vanleigh.
This is the one where when it was being delivered from the factory, someone had forgotten to tie down the washer and dryer, and it like tumbled around inside there and did a ton of cosmetic damage. In fact, their fifth wheel was in the shop for 15 months when we spoke. So they say this is their report back. We got our trailer back. Everything is fixed. We're extremely happy with how things worked out. Both Blue Compass and Tiffin have been phenomenal. They did receive compensation. They're very pleased. They're probably out camping right now. I want to tell you that all these people that I help, we bond. I feel like And I know I do have a place for Thanksgiving dinner at their house. I mean, I can't wait to meet them next time I'm in Oklahoma, and we'll give each other a hug. In fact, one of their things that they told me when we talked on the phone is they said, none of this could happen without you. So that really makes me feel good to know that I'm making a difference with this channel. And thank you so much for making this channel the force that it is. Now, not all RVs are junk, not all RVs are nightmares, thank goodness. Let me know in the comments about your RV, if it's good or bad. I think it would be so helpful for your fellow RVers to hear about problem-free RVs and also RVs to stay away from. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video.